If I could have your attention, please, everybody. Can I have your attention, please? Sounds pretty good. I hope everybody can hear me in the back, or I guess in the front, however you look at it. Before we do anything tonight, that incredible group of musicians you heard, the young people who are playing for you, they're called Vibrant Strings. Let's give them a very big round of applause. On top of that, right next to Vibrant Strings, you saw the incredible artistic ability of Genesis Carter. Give her a round of applause. Genesis' work is going to be available as part of the silent auction here tonight. So you saw that buffalo that she was working on and painting? Pretty amazing. I know I only draw stick figures, so I'm pretty, like anytime I see something like that, it's pretty cool, but that is amazing. That will be part of the silent auction going on here tonight. So good evening. Welcome to the incredibly beautiful atrium at Rich's. My name is Sal Capaccio. I am from WGR Sports Radio 550, also the sideline reporter on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network. Thank you very much. I'm super excited to serve as your master of ceremonies here tonight. Once again, I struck up a relationship with Stephen and Northland Workforce Training Center about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been amazing. They're doing such incredible things that even though I know I'll be on my way to Miami tomorrow for the big Bills game, I wanted to make sure I was here tonight. And then tomorrow, I'll get on a plane, and Sunday, we're gonna squish the fish. I mean, how cool is it to have the kind of football team we have in Buffalo right now, right? That's pretty cool, all right. But it's also super cool to have this. It's great to have Northland. They're amazing. We're gonna learn a lot about Northland tonight. You're gonna learn a lot about the people who make it possible, and you're gonna learn a lot about all of the students and people who've come through Northland who are a part of your community, who are doing amazing things here at the 3rd annual fundraising event. This year's theme is a salute to our funders. Tonight, we celebrate Northland Workforce Training Center and recognize individuals and organizations who are instrumental in the successful launch of the transformative organization. We have an exciting night planned for you. It includes dinner, a short program, casino gaming, a silent auction, live music, and a lot of fun. To start tonight's festivities, though, I'm going to ask Pastor Ulysses O. Wingo of Antioch Baptist Church to say a welcoming prayer and to bless our meal. Pastor Ulysses O. Wingo, Jr.
Well, first, my son is junior. I'm senior. Before we bless this occasion, I would just like to acknowledge the hard work of the president of the Northland Workforce Training Center in the person of Stephen Tucker. His work here in the city of Buffalo has been intentional and deliberate. And we can see that by all of our presence here in this room tonight. The intentionality and the sheer fortitude that it takes to bring all of us together to ensure that we are closing the educational gap. And I thank Stephen Tucker for coming to Buffalo and being the professional that he is, and not just coming to Buffalo, but he brought his beautiful wife with him, and she makes him look really good. Little Ruby and her mother were out at a consignment shop, and they saw this little plastic pearl necklace. And little Ruby loved this little plastic pearl necklace. It was so beautiful to her. She begged her mother if she could have this pearl necklace. Her mother said, "Honey, that's a very expensive item. It's $2.50. I don't think we can afford this necklace." And little Ruby said to her mother, she said, "Mommy, well, I'll work for it. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do more chores. I'll earn it." And the little girl's mother said, "Well, little Ruby, you know your grandmother usually gives you $1 for your birthday. Maybe she can help you make up the rest. But I'll make the sacrifice and I'll get you this plastic pearl necklace." Oh, did Ruby love this necklace. She wore this necklace everywhere. She wore it to kindergarten. She wore it in the playground. She wore it to church. She wore this little plastic pearl necklace everywhere except in the shower, because her mother said if you wear it in the shower, it might turn your neck green. Well, at bedtime, little Ruby would take off her necklace and hold it in her hand because she cherished this little plastic necklace so much because she earned it. She worked for it. Her grandmother indeed gave her that $1. She did extra chores to earn this little necklace, and every night when her father would tuck her in, she would have this plastic necklace in her hand. And her father would say, "Ruby, do you love me?" Ruby would say, "Yes, Daddy, you know I love you." And her father would say, "Well, give me that pearl necklace." And Ruby would say, "Daddy, no, Daddy, please, not my pearl necklace. You could have Robin, my favorite doll. You could even have her toy clothes too." Her father said, "No, baby, that's okay." So a couple weeks went by. Father asked Ruby again, "Baby, do you love me?" She said, "Daddy, you know I love you." And he said, "Well, give me your little necklace." And Ruby said, "Daddy, no, I can't take the necklace. No, Daddy, I can't take you having a necklace. Just take my dollhouse with all the furniture with it." He said, "That's okay, baby. That's okay." So another week went by. Her father walked in the bedroom, and Ruby was sitting on the bed, and she was crying. She was trembling. She had her little pearl necklace in her hand, and she said, "Here, Daddy, I love you. You can have my necklace." And as she slipped that little plastic pearl necklace out of her hand into her father's hand, with his other hand, he pulled out a velvet blue box with the real pearl necklace. He opened it up and said, "Here, baby, I was waiting for you to let go of the little stuff and the cheap stuff so I can give you the best stuff." That's our Heavenly Father. He's waiting for us to let go of the little things so he can bless us with the big things. Tonight we're here to raise funds for the Northland Workforce Training Center. Some of you have some little things in your bank accounts. And God is trying to bless you to let go of those little things in your bank accounts so that you can be a blessing, so God can give you the bigger things in life. Family, that's what we're here tonight to do, to ensure that we exercise our philanthropic selves, to ensure that though there are those who may not have the ability to go to a quality institution, to ensure that they have quality education and an opportunity to close that gap. So please, on tonight, visit the silent auction. See, y'all thought I was going to pray, but I'm really here to tell you how good God is and to help raise some money, because that's what black preachers do. We raise money. You've already bought your chairs, your tables, a wonderful dinner. Please don't forget the rest of the things that we have offering here tonight. But now that I've taken up this much time, I'll take up a little bit more as we petition the throne of grace. And as we prepare our hearts and minds for the occasion, let's please all bow our heads in prayer. Try not to move in honor of knocking on heaven's door. Let us pray. Father God, we come here tonight as humbly as we know how, thanking you for your goodness and for your mercy. And we're here, oh God, to have a great time in fellowship with food and friends. We ask that you bless this food now. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you all. Be blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, to kick off tonight's celebration, it is my honor to introduce the mayor of our great city, the City of Good Neighbors, the Honorable Mayor Byron Brown.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Sal Capaccio for that introduction, and if any of you are worried about the game on Sunday, Sal told me the Bills will score over 40 points and they will win. And I just heard Reverend Wingo, if any of you all are worried about what I'm going to say, I will not be checking anyone's bank account in the room, I can assure you. It's an honor to be here on this special evening, and I want to also thank all of you for supporting the Transformational Northland Workforce Training Center. I'd like to start things off by recognizing some of my colleagues in government and some of the special guests who are here with us this evening. New York State Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes, representing our New York State Governor Kathy Hochul is the Western New York Director Joan Kessner. Former Empire State Development President and CEO Howard Zemsky. Karen Utz, the Western New York Regional Director of the Empire State Development Corporation. You just heard from Buffalo Common Council member Ulysses Wingo. Let's give him another round of applause. Buffalo Common Council member Joseph Golombek Jr. And he is a junior. Niagara Falls Mayor Robert Restaino. Steve Morrow, president of Alfred State College. And David Balkin, president of SUNY Erie Community College. As we join together this evening as mayor of the city of Buffalo, I want to give my personal thank you to the 21 sponsors that are being recognized during tonight's program, as well as this year's 3 award winners. Years ago, when the governor envisioned the Northland Workforce Training Center, we envisioned a place that would provide hope and opportunity for the residents of East Buffalo, the city of Buffalo, and all of Western New York. And Northland is meeting and exceeding those expectations. I want to thank the members of the Northland Workforce Training Center Board of Directors for their dedication and the tremendous work that they are doing to support this great organization. Let's give them a round of applause. And Councilmember Wingo mentioned the president of the Northland Workforce Training Center, Stephen Tucker, and the tremendous work that he's doing, the creativity that he brings. And it is no surprise because he came here through a national search. And Stephen Tucker has definitely delivered national caliber results. Let's give him a great big round of applause. Now to the sponsors and to all of you in this room supporting this great organization, what's been achieved in the first 4 years since the Northland Workforce Training Center opened its doors would not be possible without your participation and your efforts. You'll hear much more about those amazing accomplishments a little later in the program. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you who are here tonight. I want to thank you for your support of Northland, and please enjoy the evening.
Okay, we are going to serve dinner here in a moment. And while dinner is being served, a couple of things. First, we're going to be sharing impact videos from Northland Workforce Training Center. So make sure you watch the monitors for the impact videos. And at some point, when you get a chance, you want to stand up or whatever, when you're done with your dinner or whenever, get a chance to check out the silent auction items, all right? Plus, behind me here, we have a 360 photo booth. I'm not sure if you know, but the person who's running that, Mo Badger, our singing Buffalo cop, he's the one that's running that. All right, did the national anthem. And also, there's an incredible smoker back there you need to check out that you can bid on. James Piazza is who made the smoker from Northland Workforce Training Center. It's a Bills themed smoker. It's incredible. But in the meantime, we'd like you to enjoy your dinner and make sure you check out the impact videos from Northland Workforce Training Center.
I grew up in a two-parent household in Cincinnati, Ohio, blue-collar, hard-working family. Education was very important to us. After graduating from high school, I decided to enlist in the United States Air Force, where I spent 4 years as an electronic technician. I always wanted to give back and help people, and I found a niche in terms of career development and career counseling, and I'm grateful that I'm now able to utilize those skill sets. Our mission is to train and prepare local residents for careers in advanced manufacturing and clean energy. Right now, we are projecting to need to fill about 20,000 job openings. So for National Grid to step up to the plate and make that investment, it really demonstrates that they're committed to serving the people where they live and the areas where they provide service.
This is a really, truly competitive advantage for our region, the Northland Workforce Training Center. We have a goal of enrolling and graduating between 300 to 400 students every year in advanced manufacturing energy. We're able to provide customized training programs for incoming companies. We're able to modify our curriculum based on their input, as well as allow them to have influence on not only the curriculum, but the equipment that we purchase and that we train our workers on. So we really believe that the Northland Workforce Training Center is a game changer for our region.
The manufacturing industry uses cutting-edge technology to create products that support and redefine life as we know it.
I had no idea what I was going to do when I was younger. Machining was all introduced to me less than 6 months before I graduated high school. I was always a fan of working with my hands. Woodworking and such was my favorite class in high school. So when I saw I could make, cool metal pieces, I kind of just jumped right on that. My first CNC project was all the way back in 8th grade when I used a CNC wood router to make a guitar body. And then in high school, I'd messed around with the router some more, making a subwoofer box.
A CNC machinist uses computer numerical control machines to shape and resize workpieces by automatically removing materials.
I think it's pretty cool getting handed a print and having to come up with all the processes and procedures to turn this blank piece of metal into something that's more functional than, just a chunk of metal. Northland partnered with Alfred State has given me a lot of opportunities to work hands-on with machines. I can't think of anywhere else where I'd be able to get this much experience, especially on the quality of machines that we do have. Everything we have here is brand new, no expenses spared. Northland led me to this job here, which has yielded me almost a year and a half of experience now, which took me from a manual machinist who didn't know how to do anything CNC related to within a month and a half writing my first program, then shortly thereafter writing much more complicated programs.
The manufacturing industry is looking for hardworking, innovative thinkers who are ready to create the products that keep our world moving.
I get excited to wake up and program CNC machines. I think it's all super cool. I, in the future, hope to work in a shop where I can program like a 5-axis machine or something more complicated like that.
Northland Workforce Training Center is the signature workforce initiative under the Buffalo Billion. The whole reason why we exist is because we are projecting to need to fill, as a region, about 20,000 job openings in both the advanced manufacturing and clean energy sectors in the next 10 years, mainly due to retirements. Both of these industry sectors have an aging workforce and a non-existent pipeline. Young people are either unaware, not interested in, or have the technical skills necessary to fill these positions. In addition to a high number of job openings, both industry sectors offer family-sustaining wages, great benefits, and pathways to the middle class. The average salaries for both the advanced manufacturing and energy sectors is about $50,000 a year. Launched in 2018, Northland Workforce Training Center is an extension campus for both SUNY Erie and Alfred State College, offering SUNY certificates and degrees right on the east side of Buffalo.
My name is Patricia Transu, and I proudly completed the associate's degree of machine tool technology through Alfred State at Northland Workforce Training Center.
All students are provided their very own student support team who works in tandem with each student and their instructor to ensure their success. We have a team of outreach specialists who partner with schools, churches, and community members to first raise awareness about high-paying technical careers, and second, encourage those interested to consider Northland Workforce Training Center.
It started when I was in rehab. One of the counselors came in and said, "Get paid to go to school." And they passed out flyers to Northland Workforce Training Center. I took my GED when I was 23 years old. I'm 35 now. I had to take the tape test 3 times. Now I'm able to proficiently read blueprints to machine parts. A lot of math is involved in that. I have a lot more problem-solving skills. I'm a lot more responsible. I'm dependable.
Candidates are then connected to an admissions and financial aid coordinator who assists them with applying to college and completing federal and state financial aid forms and individual scholarships. This is critically important as most of the applicants are first-generation college students.
My name is Mahmoud Eid. I'm a graduate from the mechatronics program through Erie Community College at Northland Workforce Training Center. When I came in, they actually told me about they have financial aid assistance programs or grants that you don't have to pay back. And it was really easy. They set everything up for me. I work at a company called USA Sealing. We cut foam, plastic, rubber. We got a lot of CNC machinery. We operate forklifts, reach trucks. I make about $35,000 a year. All my instructors and teachers and professors were great. They were all all people from the field. Once I graduated, they gave me a lot of options. So I tried to apply to the companies. They gave me soft skills, interview skills. I went ahead and I applied to a couple companies, and I heard back from 2 companies. I went to do an interview, and I got the job.
My name is Lauren Copeland. I completed the Construction and Maintenance Electrical program at Alfred State through Northland. I would say that most of the people here at Northland made the application process helpful just because I was unaware that the classes were college classes. I just thought it was just like a basic, like a technical program. The fact that I was going to receive a degree after everything kind of made it more worth it to go through it.
We also provide each student with their very own placement specialist who provides soft skill training as well as assistance with resumes. We recently launched a partnership with Remedy Intelligence Staffing, who is now responsible for placing our graduates into jobs that offer family-sustaining wages and benefits.
Right now, I'm working for a company called Green Machine. I am labeled as a mechanic, and basically my job is to disassemble construction vehicles. We take out all of their diesel components, and then we are going to rebuild them as electrical construction vehicles. Being a young person and trying to find a career path, it wasn't easy, but I'm glad that I found one, and I'm actually in love with what it is I'm pursuing. I definitely attribute a lot of the things that are happening now in my life to the completion of this program.
My name is Derek Frank. I'm a graduate at Alfred State College through the Northland Workforce Training Program. I graduated with electrical maintenance and construction degree. I have some roadblocks. I'm 40. I'm a felon. And my work experience at a period of time wasn't as extensive. So I had concerns. They ensured that they would assist me, and they worked tirelessly around the clock. They found me a job. Not only did they just find me any job, they found me a job that I was looking for in the field that I was going in. So right now I work at Cascades Container Board in Niagara Falls, New York. I work with a great team. Again, I walked out of here with a career, a family that I can provide for with no stress. Approximately, I make about, on average, about $60,000 annually, and that's just walking out the door.
We recently launched 3 new initiatives in 2021, the Summer Youth Academy, Northland Manufacturing, and our new Earn While You Learn program. The Summer Youth Academy is a partnership with Mayor Byron Brown as well as Buffalo Public Schools, designed to enroll 100 Buffalo Public Schools seniors and put them into a 6-week paid internship program over the summer. The program is designed to expose and raise awareness around outstanding careers in advanced manufacturing energy, as well as assist students interested in thinking about considering college.
My name's John Williams, CEO of Verity Printing. So Verity is a green energy company, and our primary products really are energy and storage systems that are used to displace fossil fuel, diesel engines, gas engines. So for a company to grow, for any industry to expand, for a region to have economic growth, you need people that understand how to work, who can train on the job, and who can modify their skill set for the task in front of us. That's what Northland does. Northland is training that crop of people. They are doing education, they're doing next generation training on CNC and CAD and welding and technical skills. They're supplementing that with a lot of high-tech learning tools. So what Northland's doing is they're taking an untraditional way of educating workers. They're saying, we're not educating you to be a welder. We're not educating you to be a CNC operator. We're educating you to be able to educate yourself.
We currently have an 81% semester to semester retention rate, and 81% of our graduates have been placed in employment. These placements have a combined economic impact of over $5.9 million added back into our local economy. In addition to wages, our graduates now have a pathway to the middle class.
Ready to go? Yep. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed their dinner or is still enjoying their dinner. How about that big piece of shrimp? Pretty big, pretty amazing, huh? Steak was great. We appreciate it. Thank you very much to our servers and everybody else who helped out with the food preparation and making it possible tonight. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin our program tonight and continue it, I should say. I'd like to introduce to you the chair of Northland's Board of Directors, Mr. Dennis Elsenbeck.
Great. How's everybody doing tonight? Look around the room. This is what it really needs to be all about. It needs to be about the celebration of something as important as workforce development, because it's through workforce development that we create opportunity and hope. Now, Stephen always sticks me to a script. I go off script, so I apologize. But the reason why I want to go off script is I want to kind of like put an invitation out here, not just to enjoy yourself this evening, but like any good leader, I ask you to walk the halls, and in this case, walk the halls of the Northland Workforce Training Center. You want to see inclusion and diversity in action, walk the halls. You want to see an engaged student body, walk the halls. You want to see one of the best and most dedicated staff of individuals, walk the halls. If you want to see how to expand the possibilities instead of simply talking about them, walk the halls. If you want to see opportunity and hope, walk the hall. I invite you to walk the halls of the Northland Workforce Training Center. Now, I'd like to recognize our sponsors, because without sponsors, and this is one of the biggest evaluation pieces that Stephen has that I look at, and that's the sustainability of the Northland Workforce Training Center, and Stephen does work very hard. But I want to thank our sponsors at this time. The bronze sponsors, Bank on Buffalo, Block Club, Buffalo Niagara Manufacturing Alliance. And I was told by Mr. Peter Ahrens that they have hired approximately 30% of the graduating classes of the Workforce Training Center, so that's pretty darn cool. The Buffalo Sabres Foundation, ComDoc, Diamond Offshore Wind, Five Star Bank, Harmac, Lynn Critical Infrastructure, Uniland, and Wegmans. Our silver sponsors are Independent Health, Moog, National Fuel, National Grid, Riches, and West Her. Our media sponsor, the Buffalo News. Our presenting sponsor is Larkin Development Group. This year, we're excited that we have 2 platinum sponsors. We'll shoot for 3 next year, but we got 2 to celebrate this year. It's those little things that the pastor spoke to. We like that. M&T Bank and Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York. And in this case, an M&T Bank. And I would like to welcome to the podium Dr. Michael Edbauer, President of Highmark Western and Northeastern New York. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. As Dennis said, I'm Mike Edbauer. I'm the president of Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York, and so happy to be able to be with you tonight. And it's pretty incredible. You look around this huge room and all these people, everyone supporting the mission and vision of Northlands. I think it's really a wonderful thing, and the very fact that also we're all supporting the continued growth of Western New York. As a community-based not-for-profit health plan, we understand that a healthy population, a vibrant community, and a growing economy are all related. The one thing in common with all of that is we have to have very strong businesses. And I think one of the things we all recognize, a challenge that we have as business owners or businesses, is the difficulty in finding an adequate workforce to continue to allow our businesses and ultimately Western New York to grow. And that makes the work that Northlands does even more important than ever before. Their ability to match the needs, your needs of the community, by bringing well-trained, qualified individuals to fill our workforce is so incredibly important for us to continue to be successful. And I know tonight is the Salute the Donors theme, but I want to take a moment and really be able to salute the work that Northlands has done. And Stephen, you and your team, it really is a remarkable legacy that you're leaving for us in this community and bringing us to move forward and continuing to have a great economy. So thank you very much. I think part of what Stephen has made so apparent is this commitment and dedication to the public-private partnership that allows us to continue to grow. So in closing, as Highmark, we are so proud to continue to support the work of the Northland Center, and we're so happy that you're all here tonight and hope you have a great evening. Thank you very much.
And thanks again to Highmark and M&T Bank and all of our sponsors. It's what makes us work, and there's no one that I know that walks the halls more than the next speaker. And that is our president and CEO of the Northland Workforce Training Center. Please give it up to Mr. Stephen Tucker, my friend.
Thank you, Dennis. And it'll be great if I can have everybody's attention, because tonight what we're celebrating is the accomplishments of a lot of hard work, commitment, and dedication of people for literally the last 10 years. Again, my name is Stephen Tucker, and I'm proud to serve as the inaugural president and CEO of Northland Workforce Training Center. Northland is the signature workforce strategy within New York State's Buffalo Billion Initiative, and our vision is to be the premier model of a public-private partnership providing education, training, and workforce development services that are industry-driven and employment-focused. We are an extension campus for both SUNY Erie and Alfred State College, and we offer SUNY certificates and degrees for local residents seeking high-paying careers in advanced manufacturing and clean energy. Since we've opened in 2018, we are now well-positioned to build talent pipelines for both the advanced manufacturing and clean energy sectors. Equally important, though, we are creating access to opportunities for individuals that lead to careers that offer family-sustaining wages, great benefits, and pathways to the middle class. Yeah, that deserves a round of applause. Thank you. Since opening, we've enrolled more than 875 students. Currently, there are almost 300 students enrolled, and our student demographics include 58% minority representation and 8% female representation. Our program completion rate is 61%, which is double the national average, and our job placement rate is 87%. ,87% of the Northland graduates have been placed into employment opportunities earning an average starting salary of $40,000 per year. Their combined wages add an additional $10.6 million back into our local economy. As you can imagine, there were several individuals and organizations that contributed to the successful launch of Northland Workforce Training Center. And tonight, we'd like to publicly recognize and thank just a few. To assist with this recognition, I'm going to ask the families and the graduates of Northland Workforce Training Center who are in the room tonight to come up and join us in the front
to the right of the stage. Ciao.
Thank you. It is now my honor and pleasure to recognize and introduce tonight's awardees. The first awardee and recipient of Northland's President Award is 5 Star Bank. Please turn your attention to the monitors.
Five Star Bank, they have been a supporter of Northland Workforce Training Center ever since 2019. Carla Gatley, a member of our board, she supports Northland Workforce Training Center along with Five Star Bank. They provide us with donations to support our programs, as well as donations to help us purchase safety equipment during the COVID pandemic. And more than just supporting us financially, just supporting us with thought leadership, as well as assistance with financial empowerment training and resources that we need to operate the training center. I'd like to thank Five Star Bank for your support of Northland Workforce Training Center and congratulate you for being the recipient of the 2022 President's Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, to accept this award, please welcome Kevin B. Quinn, Chief Commercial Banking Officer from Five Star Bank.
Thank you very much. On behalf of a very grateful Five Star Bank group that is right here with me tonight, I say thank you. At Five Star, we value our community partners, and we take great pride in our community partners. And there's no greater pride than the pride that we have in the Northland community and all of the great things that Northland is doing for our community. The training that is happening today is the fuel for the growth of tomorrow. So I say to the full Northland family, thank you for all that you do. Keep up the good work. God bless.
Our next awardee and recipient of Northland's President Award is M&T Bank. Please turn your attention to the monitors.
M&T Bank, of course, is one of the leading corporate citizens in our community, and I would dare say M&T Bank is one of the most generous companies in our state and in our nation. They are always making investments that make our community better and stronger.
Back in 2019, Northland came to us with an idea to help train existing students with on-the-job opportunities, providing a solution to local business initiatives, and ultimately generating resources for the center in an innovative and sustainable way. So we're really proud M&T Bank was able to provide a $125,000 grant to launch Northland Manufacturing, and pleased to support its continued growth in this event and onward.
Northland Manufacturing is a job shop within Northland Workforce Training Center, providing manufacturing services for the manufacturing sector. In addition to providing those services to the sector, we are now creating jobs on the east side of Buffalo, employing students currently enrolled in Northland programming.
From knowing nothing to creating something that actually functions and works, that can help the industry, the manufacturer themselves. It's overwhelming to be honest. And with the teachers here, mentors. It's knowledge and information that you can't even put a value on right now.
So there's really nothing outside of our capabilities. If we don't do it now, currently, we'll find a way to do it if it's going to help our local manufacturers and if it's going to provide information for the students.
We've been working with Northland now for about a year and a half. And in that time, we found their services to be invaluable. Liston is a better company because of the involvement we have with your organization.
What I love about Northland Manufacturing is that it's a win-win-win. It's a win for the businesses who get to benefit from the students who are creating the parts. It's obviously helping Northland in generating revenue, and from the bank's point of view, having the opportunity to invest in such a meaningful and impactful program is, what we want to be doing anyway.
This is what it's all about. It's really about making a difference in our community's lives. And for me, this is why I show up every day at work. And on behalf of my 8,000 colleagues that call M&T and Western New York home, we couldn't be more prouder to be a partner.
The future for me is bright. Once I get out of here and graduate, I got a job.
I'd like to thank M&T Bank for their investment of $125,000 for the successful launch of Northland Manufacturing. They've played a critical role in developing the workforce for the future and creating jobs right in East Buffalo.
Ladies and gentlemen, to accept this award, please welcome the Regional President of Western New York's M&T Bank, Eric Feldstein.
A huge thank you to President and CEO of Northland, Stephen Tucker, and the entire Northland organization for this honor. Truly honored. My colleagues here at M&T Bank that are joining us here in the M&T family, along with the 8,000 M&T colleagues that call Western New York home. We couldn't think of a better organization to partner with. Our commitment to launching Northland Manufacturing has proven that we are better together as one community. So congratulations to Northland on your continued success, and thank you to each of you in this room for your support. We're truly excited to what's to come. And to my friend and colleague, Stephen Tucker, I look forward to having that discussion with you with the Bills-Bengals after the January 2nd game. So thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eric. Last but certainly not least, the final awardee to receive the President's Award tonight is National Grid. Please turn your attention to the monitors.
My name is Makai Yearwood. I am a recent graduate of Northland Workforce Training Center, class of spring 2022. Northland prepared me to get the job at National Grid by teaching me a broad enough range of electrical skills that would allow me to pivot and transition into my career here at National Grid.
National Grid contributed to really the foundation of Northland from the beginning, contributing $500,000 to brownfield remediation and then really establishing the building and equipping the building. They also contribute to us all along the way. We have the 2-week-long Grid for Good internship program, which about 50 of our students, it's a 2-week paid internship for $1,400. 50 Northland students are taking advantage of that opportunity. They fund almost entirely our Summer Youth Academy, which is a 6-week program in collaboration with Mayor Byron Brown's Summer Youth Internship Program, Buffalo Public Schools in Northland. That's a phenomenal program, which we wouldn't have been able to do without the generous support of National Grid. They also the National Grid Foundation provides stipends for our Jumpstart program.
My name is Evan Bernard, graduated in 2020 at Elford State at Northland Workforce Training Center. I thought it was just overhead power, that's about it, but until I got here and I realized the steps and the different departments that it takes to run Buffalo. You know, it is very interesting because you get to learn about the history and then you get to learn about how things operate.
We have brought our Grid for Good program to the city of Buffalo, and for the next 2 weeks, we are going to have over 100 students spend time with basically every department within National Grid. Stations, overhead line, meter and test, engineering, and they're going to really get an opportunity to learn what it takes to make sure that we can provide electricity to our customers 24/7, 365.
Grid for Good is National Grid's flagship workforce development program. And what we learned throughout our experience in creating Grid for Good is that young people stated that they did not have an interest in coming into the energy industry. And so we created Grid for Good to come to the front door, to bring the energy industry to the front door, to show them the value of what it means to be in the energy industry, to expose them to the various careers that exist within the energy industry, and to entice them to consider the energy industry as an employer of choice.
My name is Austin Ward. I am a graduate of the class of 2022 at Northland Workforce Training Center. It's been great. I love it. I like the people. It's a great career. Thank you, National Grid.
To accept this award, please welcome the Regional Director of National Grid, Ken Kajawa.
Thank you so much. National Grid has been invested with Northland from day one when we provided funding to help take what was the old Clearing Niagara building and turn it into the beautiful workforce training center that we all know today. We are committed to Northland. Northland helps our customers by providing them with a pipeline to skilled labor here in Western New York. And if Northland can help our customers stay and grow here, it's good for National Grid and it's good for the Western New York economy, and that's what's most important. I want to take this opportunity to recognize our National Grid team that's here tonight. Mary Grace Welch, our Economic Development Manager, Mark Johnson, our Community Relations Manager, Natalie Terhar, our former Community Relations Manager, and Emily Smaldino. I want to thank them because they've been a huge part of our support for Northland. Finally, I want to take this opportunity as both a partner of Northland from National Grid standpoint as well as a board member to just recognize Stephen Tucker. Stephen is a gift to Buffalo. Since Northland has opened, I don't know what the exact number is, but it's probably close to 500 tours I think he's given to National Grid executives, whether they've come in from the US, other parts of the US or the UK. When they come to Buffalo, I make sure the first place that they go is Northland because I want them to understand how important Northland is to Western New York. So thank you again for this award. Thanks. Excellent. Thanks.
So you all heard all the kind remarks that Ken Kajawa and Dennis Elzenbeck said about me, right? Because they're on the board. He's the board chair. My evaluation is coming up October 1st. So I think we have a conversation that we need to have. I'd like to thank Sal Capaccio for the great work he's done hosting tonight. Let's give him a round of applause. I know you guys are ready to get to the casino, so we're going to get through this pretty quick. There are several individuals who I'd like to personally thank for their tremendous support. And this is important, so can we just hold it down for 2 more minutes? Hold it down for 2 more minutes. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my wife, Elisa Tucker. We relocated to Buffalo 5 years ago, and she's been extremely supportive every step of the way. I'd also like to thank my family from Cincinnati, my sister, Karen Arnold, and my 2 nieces. Let's give them a round of applause. In addition, I'd like to thank Howard Zimsky and Chris Shefflin. They actually hired me for this position. So imagine being from another place and having an interview with Mr. Zimsky and Mr. Shefflin, how intimidating that was. But thank you for believing in me and giving me this opportunity. I really appreciate it. As the president of Northland, I receive a lot of attention and recognition for the successful launch of this transformative organization. However, none of this could have happened without the contributions and expertise of critical stakeholders and individuals who actually developed the strategy and built the case that led to significant investments from New York State to revitalize Western New York. Quick question. Has anyone in here heard of the Buffalo Billion? When you first heard that phrase, what did you think? Were you a little skeptical? I was. I thought, like, there's no way that somebody would invest $1 billion in Buffalo, right? And not only did the state invest $1 billion in Buffalo, the state actually doubled down on that investment and invested another $1 billion through Buffalo Billion 2. And over the past 5 years, what I've come to realize is that our region benefits from a powerful force constantly working behind the scenes to make our communities better by developing strategies, identifying best practices, and attracting funding necessary to move our region forward. I cannot tell you how important that is and how blessed we are to have individuals and organizations like that. 2 of those organizations are Empire State Development and the University of Buffalo Regional Institute, and 2 individuals in particular that I'd like to thank and recognize tonight by presenting them each with the President's Award is Mr. Paul Tronalone and Ms. Laura Cabral. Could you guys come up?
All right, I really wish I could be on, if I wasn't wearing a dress, I would get on Dennis Elsenbeck's shoulders right now so I could look at all of you and you could see me. I'm here. My name is Laura Cabral. I'm so honored by this. Stephen knows how I quietly like to get things done. I'm a sort of behind the scenes person. So I'm thankful and I'm humbled to celebrate with all of you tonight. As honored as I am, I want to say that it doesn't happen without the tireless efforts of many of you here tonight. And a few people share this honor with me beyond Paul. So my mom is here. Mom, wave to everybody. Yeah. Barbara Cabral, 88 years young.
All right.
Barbara Cabral has been my inspiration every day since she brought me into this world. And she's not only the best mom, but one of my favorite people as well. My sister Mary and her husband Rich are here with me tonight. I'm the youngest of 9, and I have 28 nieces and nephews, 2 next-gen whippersnappers. So I am blessed to have the family support in my life and work. Are we planning a Filipino, Irish, Polish takeover of Buffalo? Maybe. When Paul and I found out that we were getting this award, Paul immediately said to me, We gotta get the band back together. And they are here with us tonight. That's right. The original work that built Northland and the Northland Workforce Training Center was a partnership of UBRI and ESD, and that came from Christina Orsi, who's here tonight, who's now the head of the Oshai Foundation. Chris Shefflin, who is head of Mainlight Strategies and still working with me and is leading our partnership in the Regional Revitalization Partnership work, which is a $300 million initiative. And our fearless leader, hero, Howard Zemsky, who led all of the Empire State Development work, Buffalo Billion. And he continues his commitment to the revitalization of the east side of Buffalo in his decades of work in the Larkin District. So thank you, Howard. Our partnership with ESD continues with additional team leadership that's here tonight, Aaron Carrero and Karen Utz. Thank you both. I get to work with amazingly talented, smart, and passionate people every day, and some of my UBRI team is here tonight. Sally Crowley, my rock, Kia Shauku, and Monique Sullivan-James. None of this work happens without the hard work of the UBRIers. For all of us, this is heart and soul work. None of it happens alone and without leaders like Stephen Tucker. And I want to share one final thing with Stephen, something that I've never told anyone. So if you could all just turn around and close your ears for a minute, I'll wait. Urban planning and economic development, amazing as it can be, is very hard. Some days it can break your heart, and you have challenging times, especially in the last few years. And even the biggest optimists can have low moments where you wonder if you're making a difference in anyone's life at all. And in one of my moments of doubt about the world, I drove to 683 Northland in the middle of the day. I sat on the chair in the mezzanine, and I closed my eyes and I took a great big deep heavy breath. And when I opened my eyes, I looked up, and the sunlight was streaming down through those skylights, those restored skylights, onto the students that were flowing out of the Northland Workforce Training Center. People in the room from a meeting, diners that were full and satisfied from eating at Manna. And I remembered that UBRI's name is there on the wall, the founder's wall. And I realized that we were changing people's lives every day, and that moment saved me in so many ways, and I'm grateful for that moment. So thank you for all the work that you do to make this possible. I'm grateful to be a small part of anything this important and transformational in the community, and I'll turn it over to Paul. Thank you.
I have to adjust the microphone a little bit for Laura. How can I add much more to what Laura's already said? And I don't want to keep you too long from the casino tables. But I have to thank, this is a really great honor and I'm humbled by the little bit that I had to involved in helping Northland become a reality. But obviously you got a sense from Laura that it's a team effort. It happened because we had a person like Howard Zemsky that was able to, give us the chance to try new approaches that we haven't done. And people like Christina Orsi, who stopped me in the hall one day and said, I'd like you to talk to these people about this project we're doing. And 10 years later, I'm here talking to you today. It's the most rewarding thing she ever did for me. It's the best stop in the hall I ever got. We literally have a whole host of regional directors from our team at the Western New York office, and they support me every day. And we have a governor, starting as a lieutenant governor, who is the biggest cheerleader for this center, and today puts her money where her mouth is to provide us the resources and the support that we have to keep it going. And we're very excited about that. You can sense that we're not big about talking about ourselves, but I will own, along with Laura, one thing that we did. I mean, Stephen just said that Chris and Howard hired him, but we were on the selection committee, the two of us. So we own at least 14, maybe a 14th or a 15th of the reason Stephen Tucker is in Buffalo today. And I wear that like a badge of honor, because Stephen has breathed life into this center. He took an idea that was gestating over a number of years and breathed life into it along with all of you every day. Thank you very much.
Stephen. Okay.
We got to do the picture.
Before we close, I'd like to ask the Northland Board of Directors to stand and be recognized.
No, I'll get that.
Uh-oh. You're going to do that? Oh, my bad. Also, the staff of Northland Workforce Training Center, could you all please stand and be recognized as well? I'm going to turn it over to Dennis, and then Sal will close. Thank you.
No music. All right. So Stephen hates when I go off script, that this one is not my fault, but I am very excited about it. Now, I didn't thank the board when I was supposed to, so Stephen knows how to pick up for whatever I drop. Notice that. But what I want to do is I want the board to stand right now because I want the people who attracted Stephen to Western New York to know who's trying to keep him here in Western New York because that's the exciting part. So board, please stand. I'm very proud of this board. It doesn't get enough recognition, but it's a very dedicated group of people. And if you want passion, this is the board to be part of. So the reason why I'm speaking now that I wasn't supposed to be speaking, but that's okay. If we look back, the Economic Development Group, that at the time of doing business as the Northland Workforce Training Center, conducted a national search, as we've heard, for the president and CEO for the training center in early 2017. Stephen was hired and began working in August of 2017. He relocated, as we know, from that other city with that other football team. And he set up temporary offices because we got to understand the growing pains. He set up temporary offices for the center, which was located in Catholic Charities, a great partner, on Broadway from August 2017 to August 2018. Stephen hired 2 key directors by November of 2017, and the 3 of them began hiring the team, recruiting students, and preparing to open 683 Northland. The center on Northland opened in 2018, August. Stephen is a blessed asset to Western New York, and this is his 5-year anniversary. So what we'd like to do is present Stephen an award, a plaque, something that's important. And I wish you could see this, but there's a phrase underneath that Stephen uses an awful lot when he's talking to his staff. And it's something that I think community leaders should really, all of us, should embrace. No excuses, just results. My friend Stephen. I'd like to now turn this over to Sal.
Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers, be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, standing in the Hall of Fame.
Okay. ready to wrap this thing up, and then we can gamble and have a good time and party and drink and do all the other stuff we like to do in Buffalo. Hold on. Before I do that, hold on real quick, all right? A couple people we need to recognize. There's a couple people running around here. Number one, the person you see handing off people and telling us what to do, she's amazing. Her name is Latasha. Latasha, wherever you are, right there, thank you. I want to recognize you. You're amazing every time I come here to do this, all right? Secondly, the guy pushing all the buttons back there to help us sound good, he actually is the person that I'm talking to on the Buffalo Bills radio broadcast. His name is Greg Harvey. He's our audio engineer tonight back there. So thanks, Greg, all right? And finally, Steven, Dennis told everybody he came from Cincinnati. He's a Bengals fan. He loves Buffalo. I know. All right, he told me no Bengals jokes tonight. I said, don't worry, I made a joke last year and you guys made the Super Bowl. All right? So listen, all I have to tell you is Joe Burrow does not want any of this defensive line. He does not want any of Von Miller. Please step aside for the AFC Championship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Northland offers SUNY certificates and degrees at little to no cost for those with financial need, and your donations and contributions are critical to long-term sustainability of the center. The silent auction is open until 9:30, and all the proceeds from tonight's event support student services such as transportation, as well as student tuition, fees, tools, and consumables. You can also win fabulous prizes playing casino games, and also have a great time dancing and enjoying live music. This is very important. If you are getting an error message with your silent auction tonight, you have to turn off your Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is interfering because of the security involved with private information. If you're not getting the updates, just turn off your Wi-Fi. Everybody should do that anyway. Make sure then you're on the regular, your cell plan and that data, and you'll get all the information you need as far as your text tonight. I'd once again like to congratulate all of tonight's honorees and thank our sponsors, bronze sponsors, Bank on Buffalo, Block Club, Comdoc, Diamond Offshore Wind, 5 Star Bank, Harmac, Lynn Critical Infrastructure, the Buffalo Niagara Manufacturing Alliance, the Buffalo Sabres Foundation, Uniland, and Wegmans. Silver sponsors, Independent Health, Moog, National Fuel, National Grid, Riches, and Westher. Media sponsor, Buffalo News. Presenting sponsor, Larkin Development Group. Platinum sponsor, M&T Bank, and Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the program tonight for Northland Workforce Training Center. Let's be Buffalo tonight and have a great time and party and enjoy everybody tonight. Let's go.